All right, as mentioned previously, the Arizona Cardinals with that first overall pick doing their damnedest to keep it quiet as to what they plan to do, and for a variety of reasons. Whether it's something could happen to Kyler Murray between now and next Thursday, or maybe they get blown away by an offer to trade out of that spot, or maybe they just change their mind, or ultimately they want to keep it all secret to prop up the ultimate reality show about nothing that'll be on multiple networks next Thursday night. Steve Keim, the GM of the Cardinals, said something yesterday that made me even more convinced they are trying their damnedest to throw dirt on the tracks that lead back to Kyler Murray. He was asked whether it's unusual for an agent to accompany a player for a visit, because there was a report from NFL media that Eric Burkhardt, who represents Kyler Murray, went with him to the visit to the Cardinals. Keim said, I've never had one. Next question, that didn't happen last week with Kyler, and Keim said no. The reality is it did. Now, this may be a matter of technicality, that the agent didn't actually go into the building when it was time for the visit, but he was in town. And obviously, when you're in town for a visit with an overnight stay, you go out to dinner, you get together, the agent's available to talk to anyone from the team. And I think they are trying their damnedest to conceal the idea that the agent was there. And I think it's entirely possible they're talking to the agent about a contract, because, guys, if I'm going to draft this guy, I want him to sign, right before I pick him, a contract that says no baseball under any circumstances for the next 4 years. That way you eliminate the possibility you pick the guy and he has a change of heart either now or next year or the year after, and he says, see you later, football, I'm going back to the Oakland A's. So I think there's reason why the agent was there, and I think the fact that Keim is trying to make it sound like he wasn't is just part of this effort to keep it all as quiet as possible and make us all not realize that this all is going to lead to Kyler Murray in 8 days.
Yeah, well, I think the first thing that jumps out to me, Mike, I mean, when did this first get reported? What was this, a week ago, 10 days ago? How long ago was this when Kyler Murray?
It was about a week to 10 days ago.
Yeah, right? So for me, the first thing I want to say is, if that was being reported at the time and you were really worried about the way everything looked in public perception, I just feel like the Arizona Cardinals or Steve Keim would have came out right then when the report came out and said, no, the agent, you're wrong. He wasn't in town. This is
but
is
he
not
was.
down.
But
I know.
they didn't shout it down then because he was.
I
it
know.
Would have been obvious.
So that's why I'm just saying that the optics of what Steve Keim is saying and now saying no, he wasn't here and all of that. Yeah, to me, I'm just not buying it just because of that. And yeah, you're right. It seems like it's more of a technicality answer he's given. They might have met at Chili's down the street, but he wasn't at the facility, so therefore, we didn't have a meeting or whatever it may be.
Yeah,
Chili's is the new golf course where business gets done.
That is true. There you go. A little Office reference right there. The Cardinals are just trying to keep this, illusion that they would be willing to trade, that the first pick might be open. Because what happens if a team shows up and says, hey, we will give you multiple first-round picks both this year and next year?
Yeah.
They have to do it.
Sure.
So it's smart for them to basically try to keep pushing this narrative and say Kyler Murray is not a sure thing. The technicality, I agree, is a little ridiculous. But if you're the Cardinals, you do want to keep pushing everyone to a point where it's like, hey, this first pick, it can be had. It's not a guarantee. We haven't met with the agent in a formal manner, maybe at the Chili's, but not at the facility. And come get it if you want it.
And it was 21 years ago that the Cardinals moved down from number 2 to number 3 so the Chargers could take Ryan Leaf. And the Cardinals got 2 first-round picks, a second-round pick, and 2 players just for dropping down 1 spot. So there's something to be said for that.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.